Welcome to Conversations with the Empress. I am the Empress. And as you could tell by my attire, it's Freaky Friday. And you know I love a Freaky Friday. So, today's fit is my black and blue. I love it. Hope you love it too. And in case you were wondering where the drip is from, this is Jamie Nan brand. My bestie makes jewelry. Go check her out on Etsy. I'll have her shit in the description. Jamie Nan brand. That's the drip. Not these, but the necklace and the bracelet, Jamie Nan brand. Gotta plug your friends. You gotta look out for your friends. Anyway, today's subject is exhibitionism. You guys probably are more familiar with smaller terms, but like exhibitionism is basically when you are naked in front of people, having sex in front of people for them to see. A lot of people get off it. It's a rush having people watch you while you're having sex or them seeing you naked or whatever. I mean, there's levels to it, but also it's the thrill of not knowing if somebody can see you. That's what I get off on, because like I don't necessarily need to like put on a show in front of people, but sometimes the thought of, oh, can these people see me while I'm doing something, that adds to the excitement of it. For example, I remember this one time, me and Old Faithful, we had went to a comedy show or something out in the city, and he took me to a park after that, and the park had like this little place for you to sit down on a bench, but it was like in a closed off space. So when you're in there, you could see out, but people couldn't see in. And we got it in, and it was such a rush because you think people can see you, but they really can't see you, and it just makes it more steamy and hot and all of that. Another form of exhibitionism I call hiding in plain sight. So that's basically like more like like let's say you like nipple clamps and you put your nipple clamps on under your bra and you're out in public walking around. That would be considered exhibitionism because but other people don't know. Or like remote control vibrators. You can have that in your panties and have it going and nobody will know. But it's still exhibitionism because you're in public. I'm more that speed of, you never know. You never know what I got going on up under this. You don't know. Other forms of like exhibitionism, swing clubs, BDSM clubs. I mean, in them type of situations, I love exhibitionism because it's like I'm showing off skills that I have. Going to the club and doing an impact play scene or doing a fireplace scene or a candle play scene or whatever, and people watching, it gets you off because it strokes your ego because people are looking at you doing something that they might not necessarily be comfortable doing, and it makes you feel real powerful and sexy and all those things. And the biggest reason why people like exhibitionism is the risk of getting caught. Like, there's a possibility that you could get caught. I mean, you're not supposed to do it and get caught, but there's a possibility that you could, and that is exciting. It makes it dangerous and edgy and all those types of things. Nudity, like when I looked up the definition for exhibitionism online, they made it seem like it was all perverted and stuff. Like, oh, you like to show your genitals to people. I'm like, yo, that is not really, that's like the extreme, like perverse version of it. But this is like all in good fun. Like, I'm trying to think of places where I've done some exhibitionism type stuff. I remember I did, in a horse stable. Yeah, a roll in the hay. I definitely did that. It wasn't people there, but it was a chance that somebody could come while we were doing it. Where else? Obviously cars. Yes, if you had sex in a car, that's exhibitionism. If you had sex in a car in a public place, that's exhibitionism. So some of y'all probably did exhibitionism and don't even know that. I mean, a lot of babies done been made in cars, so I ain't the only one into this kinky shit. Also, where else have I done it? I remember being in school and doing it in classrooms after school. Mom and dad don't listen to this. I remember, because when you're a kid and you're trying to get away with stuff, you're doing exhibitionist stuff, but you don't realize it. You're just trying to get away with it because you don't have your own space. But I definitely had sex at school. The wildest place that I've ever had sex was at the food court in the mall while people were there eating and nobody knew we were having sex. That was a rush and some serious exhibitionism for your ass, okay? I know y'all want to know, how did you get away with that? How did you pull that off? I had a dress on. He was sitting in a chair. He unzipped it. I had a seat. It looked like we were in a loving embrace, but really, we was getting it, and nobody knew. I've always had a thing for exhibitionism because I like the rush of it. I like to shock people. I like to play with fire. I'm a little dangerous, a little risque, and I'm pretty sure that's what people get out of it. Like, another thing, if you like being naked all the time, I would consider you to be a nudist, but that's also a form of exhibitionism. They do have nudist colonies, nude beaches. Matter of fact, I've been to the nude beach in New Jersey. There's a nude beach in Jersey, if y'all didn't know. It's called Gunnison Beach. It's in Sandy Hook. And I remember the first time I went to the nude beach, I was like worried that I was going to feel weird or, be freaked out and like people were going to gawk and be dirty and stuff. But it was totally not that way at all. Naked people on the beach are nicer than people that actually have clothes on. And when you go to a nude beach, you honestly feel uncomfortable having your clothes on because everybody's naked. The weird thing that I got from going to the nude beach was like a spiritual experience, which I didn't expect to have. But like being on the shore of the beach and you're naked and looking at all that water, it just makes you feel how small you are and how huge the world is and the universe and God and just all these things like you feel. At least I did. I'm sure most people go there and probably not thinking like that, but I'm a Scorpio. I'll be on a different wavelength and shit like that, but nude beaches are definitely a form of exhibitionism. They also have now vacations that you could take that are like adult all nude vacations. So you could go and be naked the entire time you're on vacation, like the entire time, which sounds interesting to me. Like I can't even imagine what that's like, being naked the entire time. I probably wouldn't be naked the whole time, but that's another form of exhibitionism. And my whole opinion about nudity and sex in general is that, I feel like our country is like really, I don't know, what is the word, reserved and like so tight-lipped and like everything is taboo or whatever, but it's really just backwards because sex sells everything. Other countries are not as hung up on nudity and sex and all as we are. We're definitely behind the times in that, and also perverse in a way because we damn people who are sexual and naked, but then everything you want to sell, you have to use sex to sell it. So, even with my show, I drop positive stuff most of the time, but the show that gets the most watches is Freaky Friday. You know why? Because y'all want to see me in the fit, looking all cakey and juicy and shit, because sex sells, So exhibitionism and all that shit is tied together. In my opinion, the naked body, people having sex, I feel like that's a beautiful thing. I'm not looking at it in a way to get off on it. When I'm looking at it, it's more so just seeing the beauty of human bodies. Like, you come in this world naked, and then once you come in this world, now all of a sudden we're supposed to put clothes on all the time. Like, it just doesn't really make sense to me. But that is my take on exhibitionism. And I do have an exhibitionism bucket list as well. I've always wanted to have sex in a parking garage. Haven't done that yet. And I have like an alley fantasy. I think it's from that movie Jason's Lyric when Tretch was busting it down with that girl in the alley on the trash can or whatever. Like, ever since I seen that movie, I've been wanting to do that alley scene. It could be with Tretch too if he available. But yeah, the alley and the parking garage. Oh, and a rooftop. Never did that. So, look, even me. See, I still have stuff I haven't done. So don't feel bad. Y'all got stuff y'all ain't do. It's never too late to start your sexual journey. But that is all. I hope it was informative and enlightening and let you know that you probably are an exhibitionist and you ain't know that shit. But if you like this show, you want to see more, you got questions, please go like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Conversations with the Empress. And until we meet again, smooches.